Dr. Anthony Fauci, Chief Medical Advisor to President Biden. Dr. Fauci, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us on a Saturday. I want to start with the positive here. The daily average of new cases dropping below 30,000. That's the lowest in nearly a year. But where do we need to be before we can declare an end to this pandemic? And how soon do you think we can get there?
Well, hopefully in the next month or so, we'll get there. The goal of President Biden is to get 70% of the adult population vaccinated with at least one dose by the 4th of July. I believe that's an attainable goal. And as we know, of course, we're seeing it in real time. The more people that get vaccinated, the larger degree of diminution of daily cases, which we're already seeing. The cases right now are the lowest they've been in quite a while. But we still have a ways to go. We really want to get more than 70% of the population vaccinated. The goal is by July 4th, but we want to even surpass that because we know when we do get to that point of the overwhelming proportion of the population vaccinated, you're going to see an even greater decline to the point where the cases on a daily basis are not of any concern, and we could really start getting back to the normality that we all crave.
Just to clarify, when you said maybe in the next month or so we'll get there, are you saying end of pandemic or something closer to herd immunity?
Well, again, we don't know what the exact trigger point of the number or the percentage of people who are both vaccinated and or recovered from infection and thereby protected, because we don't have that long experience with this particular virus. Whereas with viruses like measles, we know really exactly what that number is because of decades and decades of experience. So rather than focus on what that number, what that percentage is, just keep going and getting as many people vaccinated as you can, and then you will see that number of cases per day will go down to a very low level.
Just to switch gears here, hoping you can give us a reality check on booster shots. Both Pfizer and Moderna this week said that some people might need booster shots as early as this fall. How likely is that?
We don't know the answer to that. I mean, the reason they're saying that is because we are all preparing for the possibility or the eventuality that we may need to boost people to keep the level of protection, which we know right now is very, very good. In the real world, the protection and the effectiveness is extraordinary. We don't know how long it will be until that level of protection diminishes low enough that you'd want to boost. I mean, some could surmise, say, well, it's 8 months, a year and a half. We don't know. And I think the confusion is when people say we may need to give a boost in 6 months or so, that's purely a conjecture. We're going to find out because we're doing the studies to determine the durability of the protection. And if it turns out a year or so from now, 8 months, a year and a half, then we'll go ahead and boost people. But we don't know what that precise number is right now.
So we'll have to stand by for news on that. In the meantime, there is still a lot of confusion over the CDC's latest mask guidance, especially for businesses, schools, and upcoming summer camps. What should they do about masks?
First of all, you have to take what the recommendation of the CDC is. A week or so ago, they made a recommendation and a guideline that if you're fully vaccinated, you no longer need to wear a mask, either outdoors or indoors, because the level of protection that we know now from data that's accumulated over the last few weeks is extraordinarily high, and it's extraordinarily unlikely that even if you do get infected asymptomatically, you would not transmit it to someone else. Yet, since there are so many people who are still unvaccinated, when you have enterprises or stores or businesses that want to open up, they don't know, since we don't have so-called passports to document that you've been vaccinated, they don't know who's walking into their establishment. There'll be vaccinated people, unvaccinated people. There may be even people who don't know it but are infected and may transmit it to others. So therefore, what we're seeing is that certain establishments are saying, notwithstanding the guideline and recommendation for vaccinated people, if you're going to come into my establishment, the rule is you're going to have to wear a mask because I can't distinguish between who's vaccinated or not.
And quickly here, there's going to be some new guidance coming, right, on this for businesses and schools?
Right. Over the next few weeks, you're going to see more and more explicit, granular description of what can and cannot be done.
Okay, Dr. Fauci, thank you so much for your time this morning. We do appreciate it.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.